My name's Lizzie and I'm the food editor of Delicious magazine. The test kitchen is a brilliant place to be. We're in the test kitchen most days of the week. There's always something going on. We really try and think about the breadth of the magazine so that we get a really great balance of recipes and they always taste fantastic. Welcome to the Delicious Test Kitchen, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make perfect meringues for pavlovas or meringue nests. So first things first, what are you going to need? Meringues are so simple. You just need two key ingredients. You need your eggs and you need your caster sugar. Other than that, the only bit of kit you're really going to need is an electric hand whisk. You have to make sure that you're scrupulously clean when you're making meringues, so you don't want any grease on your equipment, on your spoons, on your bowls. Take a lemon, cut it in half, and just wipe it around the inside of your bowl. If you have any grease in your bowl when you're going to be whisking up your egg whites, you won't get the lovely frothy, foamy egg white that gives your meringue really beautiful volume. So you need to make sure it's completely clean. First thing we're going to do is separate our eggs into our bowl. You don't want to get any traces of yolk in with your egg white. Yolk is a fat, which a bit like grease will stop your meringue from whizzing up. So just pop your eggs in there. You can keep those for another time. Don't worry about getting your hands mucky. I'm going to use 6 egg whites. Because I'm using slightly older egg whites, these are going to whip up really fast. So as soon as I get my whisk in there, you're going to see they're going to start to froth really quickly and become quite voluminous. At this point, you should be able to turn the bowl upside down and your meringue will stay in the bowl rather than flopping out. So we will have a go when we get to that stage. So let's whisk these up now. Just have a test. Oh, meringues are starting to stand up. I think that's probably still a little bit soft. It's flopping over there. Give it another really quick whisk. Right, I think we're there yet. Let's give it a go. Is that going to fall down? No, I think we're good. Thank God I didn't try that before, otherwise I would have had egg literally all over my face. We're now ready to add the sugar into our meringues. So what you want to do is to add your sugar gradually. You could either do this in a steady stream, but my coordination isn't that good, so I'm going to add a little bit at a time. A good rule of thumb when you're making meringues is to use 50 grams of caster sugar for every egg white that you're using. And I add the last little bit of sugar. Just give that a really good whisk now. Once all that sugar's in, you want to really make sure it's all incorporated and looking gorgeous and lovely and thick. So we're ready now to get those onto our baking sheet. Meringue's really stable at this point. It's not like when you're making soufflés where you have to work really quickly because the air's all going to collapse out of your meringue. If you wanted to add flavour into your meringue, this is when you do it. So if you wanted to add some chopped nuts, hazelnuts or pistachios, or even coffee or chocolate, this is the moment where you would add it, and you just want to carefully whisk or fold that in. You don't want to knock the air out of it. It is still an egg white based product, so it is still full of air. So here we've got a baking sheet and some baking paper. It's just non-stick baking parchment. And to stop this sticky sliding around, what we're going to do is we're going to use a little bit of our meringue mixture as a kind of glue. We're just going to glue the baking paper onto our baking sheet. So now you can start to dollop your meringue on for a pavlova. So we're going to make a pavlova first and then we'll make some little meringue nests. So I'm going to use most of the meringue for the pavlova. If you are a perfectionist, feel free to draw a circle on your baking paper just to give you a guideline. I personally like it a bit rough and ready. So once you've got a good pile in the centre, you can now start to gently spread it out with the back of your spoon. Let's just give it a bit of shape. Peaks up like this, little peaky ones. And then I'm going to use a slightly smaller spoon to make my meringue nests. And it's the same principle, you just want to do little spoonfuls onto the paper. I'm going to pop these in the oven now. The oven's preheated to about 120 degrees, that's 100 fan. You want a low oven for cooking meringues. Actually, my mum always told me that the ideal place to dry a meringue was in the airing cupboard. So I think it might take about 2 weeks to fully dry a meringue in an airing cupboard, so I think we're going to speed the process up and pop them in the oven. And after about 2–2.5 hours, we're just going to turn the oven off and let them go completely cold in the oven. Here's a pavlova that has been cooling nicely. It has cooked for about 2.5 hours. Once your pavlova is completely cold, it's ready to fill. So you could pile it up with whipped cream, lots of different fruits. Obviously strawberries are a classic, but raspberries or even peaches or nectarines. I've shown you how to make the perfect meringue. So for more meringue recipes and for other how-to videos, go to deliciousmagazine.co.uk.